Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into some truly fascinating source material that is going to completely flip the script on how we manage our daily energy. We're going to explore a highly specific 30-minute system that fundamentally changes how you wake up tomorrow morning. So if you've ever felt like your days are just this constant uphill battle, well, you're definitely going to want to pay close attention to this.
So why do morning routines actually fail? It's something we've literally all asked ourselves. You know the drill. You buy the expensive planners, you set the alarms, but you still wake up completely exhausted. Well, the powerful truth here is you are not lazy. You don't lack willpower. But you might be wasting up to 12 hours a day simply because your mornings are broken, and they're broken for a reason you probably aren't even looking at. Okay, let's dive into this. We all know the expectation, right? That fantasy of the 6 a.m. alarm where you just bounce out of bed, do an hour of intense exercise, meditate, and, write a novel before breakfast. But then there's the reality. You tell yourself just 5 more minutes, or just one more quick video, just one more post. And suddenly it's 1:47 a.m., you're deep in some weird rabbit hole of internet arguments, your mind is just racing, and that 6 a.m. alarm is suddenly looking like a massive threat. We have absolutely all been there.
Which brings us to the morning routine myth, because it actually starts the night before.
See, the biggest myth in productivity is that a good morning starts in the morning. The truth? The morning you have tomorrow isn't built tomorrow. It's actually built tonight. And to understand why, we really have to look at what's called the window system. Just like a highly complex computer, your brain has a very specific shutting down process. It needs about 30 minutes to properly prepare for deep, restorative sleep. So when you put a bright screen full of news and arguments right in front of your face late at night, you're literally tricking your brain. It thinks it's 2 p.m. You are completely destroying this critical window system. Sure, you might eventually pass out, but you won't sleep deeply, and you're basically starting the next day already behind.
So here's your roadmap for the last 30 minutes of your day. We're going to break down these exact steps: a 5-minute brain dump, 3 minutes for questions, 7 minutes for gratitude, 10 minutes for silence, and finally, a 5-minute buffer. And let me just build a little suspense for you right now. That 10-minute silence step, it's going to be a massive surprise, and it is the absolute game changer of this entire explainer.
All right, step 1, the brain dump. This takes just 5 minutes.
Now, for this first step, the rule is absolutely crucial. No screens allowed. Grab a physical pen and paper. Why? Because your brain is not a filing cabinet. It actually hates holding on to raw information overnight. When you go to sleep with 47 random thoughts just floating around in there, worries, tomorrow's tasks, that one email you forgot to send, your brain literally works all night trying not to forget them. It's basically shuffling papers instead of resting. And that is exactly why you wake up feeling completely exhausted. So the goal here is to just get it all out. Write down everything. The good thoughts, the bad thoughts, the silly thoughts. Just get them out of your head and onto the page. Once you do this, your brain finally goes, okay, phew, it's saved. I can rest now. There's actually this one specific client story from the source material that absolutely blew my mind. This person couldn't sleep properly for 2 years. 2 years. Doctors gave him medication, nothing worked. Well, he tried this exact brain dump step, and by day 4, he slept 8 straight hours for the very first time in 2 years. That is the incredible power of just putting it on paper.
Moving on to step 2, 3 vital questions. This only takes 3 minutes. This step is entirely designed to mentally pivot you away from the anxiety and all those daily failures that usually haunt us at night. We use 3 vital, future-focused questions. First, what is the one most important thing I must do tomorrow? Not 10 things, just one. Second, what did I do today that I'm proud of? This one is huge. Most people go to bed obsessing over what went wrong. By picking just one proud moment, even if it's literally just that you didn't give up today, you start the next day with confidence instead of that heavy, sinking feeling of falling behind. And third, what will I do better tomorrow? Notice it's not what did I do wrong, but what will I do better? It's positive and it's actionable. This simple 3-minute exercise completely reframes your mindset, because a brain with direction sleeps deeper. By giving your mind actionable positivity, it goes to sleep with a clear map rather than total confusion. And a brain that sleeps deeper, it always, without exception, wakes up sharper.
Next up is step 3, specific gratitude. This takes 7 minutes. Now, I know some of you might be rolling your eyes at gratitude journaling. You've tried it, it felt totally useless, I get it. But honestly, that's because most people do it completely wrong, and this brilliantly illustrates why. On the one hand, we have generic gratitude.
I am grateful for my family, my health, my dog. Writing that exact same generic list every single night quickly becomes an empty chore. It's just a box to check. But look at the specific gratitude. My friend called me today when I was low and made me feel seen. Pinpointing one specific, real detail brings back genuine feelings. You aren't just writing a list anymore. You are actually reliving a moment. And the science completely backs this up. When researchers studied this, they found that practicing specific gratitude improves sleep by a massive 25% compared to generic gratitude. Why? Because your brain actually cannot tell the difference between reliving a good moment and experiencing it for the first time. By writing down that one specific detail, your brain releases the exact same feel-good chemicals. You literally go to sleep bathing in positivity.
Which brings us to step 4, the silent finish. This takes 10 minutes. So here it is, the highly anticipated, very surprising 4th step, doing absolutely nothing. Look at the rules here. No phone, no book, no podcast, just silence. And I want to be really clear about this. This is not some highly structured meditation or a complex breathing exercise. It is simply allowing the most powerful computer on earth, your brain, to do its job. All day long, your brain takes in endless streams of data. It desperately needs time to process it, and it can only do that processing in silence. If you fill every single second before sleep with content, your brain never gets to catch up.
Now, what's really interesting here is this comparison. Think of those 10 minutes of silence as closing all the open tabs in your browser. Imagine a computer with 100 tabs open. It's slow, it's heavy, it's exhausted. Well, that's your brain without silence. Giving yourself these 10 minutes allows your brain to finally exhale. It files away what actually matters, it deletes the junk, and it physically prepares the mental space you need so you can wake up feeling clear, light, and totally ready to go.
And finally, tomorrow starts tonight, the final 5 minutes.
Those final 5 minutes, they're simply a buffer, a little light reading on actual paper, or maybe some slow breathing to gently transition you to sleep. Because the ultimate thesis we've discovered today is proven by history itself. Look at these archetypes. The warrior who won the battle slept well the night before. The athlete who broke the record rested properly the night before. The student who passed the exam prepared their mind the night before. Every great morning in human history was actually built through deliberate rest and reflection the night before.
I want to leave you with this incredibly powerful thought from the source material. Today is hard, tomorrow is harder, but the day after tomorrow is beautiful. Enduring the discipline of this 30-minute routine tonight might feel a little hard at first, I know. Breaking the doom-scrolling habit is tough. But embracing this structure tonight is the exact mechanism that builds that beautiful, clear, and energized future.
So I leave you with this question. What will you build tonight? I challenge you to reclaim your 30 minutes starting today. Put the phone away. Grab a piece of paper. Process your day. And please share this explainer with anyone you know who constantly wakes up exhausted. Because sometimes the solution was never the morning, it was always the night before. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next